Episode 31.
I can't believe you know the number. It was 30 last week? Last week feels like a long time ago.
I know, right? But it also feels like
we missed a week.
We missed...
Did we?
No. Wait, what?
No, because it always sneaks up on me.
I mean, weeks aren't that long. Time goes by and we get old and we raisen up.
Can you not? I prefer not to think about it.
I think about it all the time.
I do think about it all the time. That's why I prefer not to think about it right now. Bro, Moochie's been stressing me out extra hard. He's like not being fixed. It's not working. Nothing's working.
Well, he has anxiety forever. Like that's just he's.
We need to start the Prozac.
His blockage. He doesn't have blockage anymore.
Yeah, that's fine. Like he's cleared up there, and now it feels intentional. It feels like he's. And I know I sound crazy. I sound like a crazy person, but Bree will vouch for me. It seems like he's doing it on purpose when he does certain things. I think
so, but you can't. You know, we have to.
I know he's just a cat, but like I'm not crazy.
No, yeah, he's doing it on purpose. He definitely is a very articulated. He knows what he's doing.
Bro. This is like worse than a toxic relationship.
That's honestly what it feels like you're in.
I feel like I'm in, and I can't escape it. Like it's in my house. I literally sat outside on the stoop for an hour today. I didn't even tell you. I sat outside on my phone.
You cried?
No, I just sat outside because the weather was good.
After I came back from my walk, from him?
Yeah, because the park was too far. I didn't want to walk to the park. So after I got the bread, I waited for the bus. I knew the bus was not coming for 30 minutes, and I sat there waiting because I was like, I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Moochie right now. So I waited for that bus, and then I sat outside on the stoop.
I also think... You know, you're like I've mentioned it to you before. Yeah. I think like you work from home, you do social media.
Home a lot.
He's used to that, and he's used to being spoiled, and I think he knows what he's doing. He knows you give in easily with him. You always have. So I feel like now he
takes advantage of me.
Advantage of it more.
He takes advantage of me,
and
like
doing
a toxic
things because like when he does certain things, he'll only do it. Like in front of us.
Yeah, he'll never do things when we're not home. Like the house will not be a mess when we come back.
Right.
It's not like that. It's in front of us. Like he'll do it and make eye contact with me and hold and just be like, like look what I'm doing. It's like that. It's sick. It's sick. He's doing it to me on purpose. But whatever. We digress. I'm getting him on Prozac. I'm doing it.
They did. Even the vets. They said that he
needs it.
3 times more anxious than a normal scaredy cat.
Yeah.
Like that it's actually not the average, it's not normal. He does have crazy anxiety. He's which led him to the urinary problem to begin with because the anxiety goes there. So it
it's just crazy
they recommended the kitty Prozac, and I think he's just going to have to be on
help.
that. I think it will. And he'll at least be at like kind of like the level that 8-Ball is in, and still hopefully be playful and not just like a numb kitty, because
no,
that's
it said
sad.
It's not supposed to take that. It's the medicine. I looked it up, and it's only supposed to just make them feel more calm, because what he's feeling, because he's marking, so he's marking because he doesn't feel calm, he doesn't feel like he's in control, so the medicine is supposed to make him feel more calm and in control.
Okay,
so it shouldn't really affect what it said. It shouldn't really affect his mood with that stuff. But anyways, moving on.
Speaking of cats, though, like all this Hurricane Milton stuff, I've been looking at so many videos of like people literally, obviously you have to evacuate, as if you don't, I mean, I'm sure everybody that's watching this knows about the hurricane. Like if you don't, what the heck? Because even if you don't live in Florida, like
everyone knows,
you see it. But yeah, obviously terrifying hurricane, not a joke, but people that are evacuating are leaving their animals behind. They're like,
what?
Like apparently this one girl, like I saw a video, was like, I'm actually in awe that like, why do people get pets if you're gonna like in a situation like this,
you're
gonna abandon them in a sorry, excuse my language. I'm just, it so upsets me because I saw this video. Apparently a girl posted a video of her like having a panic attack and crying because she's evacuating and she has to leave her cat at home alone. No,
why
you
are you
don't.
crying then? Just take the cat with you.
You're having a panic attack. How is that cat gonna feel when that storm comes and it's alone at the house and you left them?
Why wouldn't you just take your cat with you?
Just take the cat.
Most people, when they evacuate, you're driving. Just put the cat in the car. put the cat in the car.
Right,
Like, it's a tiny little thing.
The thing is, these people have carriers. That's not even an excuse. Like, I don't even know what the excuse is. And then somebody said, oh, well, because some hotels don't allow pets. Somebody commented, and I saw a million people respond to it. Actually, in situations when it's a natural disaster evacuation, they are allowed. They cannot deny your pet. Like,
I didn't even
what?
know that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, if it's like a serious, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because then it's like you're asking for like murder, like at that point. But yeah, and honestly, if I was in that situation, I don't think I would have the
thought.
Because I was
to
just thinking
leave
of
them.
like 8 Ball, and like I don't think, and I had to evacuate. I don't think I could leave 8 Ball. Like I don't think I mentally cannot.
Them. We would have to pack them up.
Yeah,
and go.
It's like when we had that incident with the steam.
Yeah,
like,
we were trying to find them under the couch.
Like, we didn't grab our computers and like
we
clothes.
didn't even have
I didn't even
anything.
have like underwear on. Like, I had to grab.
We were just trying to get them from the couch and to leave the apartment, honestly. That's all we were trying to do.
What's funny is we thought we were dying. Like, I didn't know. Remember, I started to not be able to breathe and see.
We couldn't breathe.
And I was slipping across the house for those cats, bro. Like, it was just like, it's just so sad. And then, like, a lot of people also, they're like posting videos. Like, if you live in this area, I'm not evacuating. I will take your cat. People are setting up, like, the stray cats in the neighborhood. Litters to like linger them in the house and stay with them during the hurricane.
That's sweet.
It's so sweet. And
there's
like,
good people out there. They
literally,
out.
and it because it's just like I just cannot believe like the girl that like posted a video of crying and like, girl, why couldn't you bring your cat? Like, you were probably going to like someone's family's house or somewhere. Like,
safe,
what,
bro? Like that makes no sense.
But yeah, this hurricane's really scary. I don't know if you talked to your mom about it, but
yeah,
like,
I've been talking to them every day. They say it's not like too
It's
bad
not
where my
direct
parents are, so they're not. But my parents have also lived through so many hurricanes, so they just say it's not that big of a deal, and I'm just like,
that's
okay,
what they always say.
is.
But like, but Orlando is not a direct hit.
No, it's not.
Coral Springs, it's just tropical storm.
Yeah,
I know. I'm worried about our friend Karina's mom.
I know. I texted her.
Because they are supposed to evacuate. She didn't, but I know a lot of people aren't, and also it's like some people don't have any.
Yeah, but Karina's mom could have gone.
Yeah,
Karina's.
yeah. Though there's a lot of things about that situation that's questionable. I'm like, okay, I'm like low key scared. Like I've been sending Karina all these videos. I'm like,
well, don't send them to her.
Well, because I hope she knows it's that serious, because I would force my family.
It's serious, but she literally said my mom was just headstrong. Like, moms are just stubborn in that way, where it's like they're not gonna leave their house. They're just like,
I get
we've
it.
been through it. We've been living here for over 20 years. Like, we've done many hurricanes.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, because my dad was like, oh, you know, we were shuttered down and stuff, and like, of course, it's just a tropical storm over there, thankfully. But then again, like, though, you should be prepared if it does get hit, because every time, I swear, on the last minute and the day of, it does a sharp turn, and it always happens.
No, the thing is, it never, like, I feel like the last few years we have not had, like, the last few hurricanes, we haven't had any lights out. It's been pretty good.
No, where us, it was a direct hit to us, and then it turned and it didn't hit us. So this time it's not a direct hit, and I'm just, you know, it's not saying that it could be a make a turn, but it could happen. But my dad was saying, because this is a Category 5 and it's a big one, tropical storm or not, the flood is gonna, like, I have a feeling my parents' house will lose power. Our house always does. But the people across the street on the other side don't. Like, I feel like our house will. And also, my dad was saying a huge issue that they are worried about is the floods. The floods are really bad there, and I think it's gotten worse since we moved out.
Lake and swamp by your house.
I think just Coral Springs though. Like, I think it's gotten like worse.
We're by the Everglades. So it's like all water, so it's easier to flood, and it just starts building and building, and then.
And also, Florida has just gone more underwater, so it's worse than it was 3 years ago when we lived there, and when we were kids, and there was hurricanes.
You know, I think about how like New York is also sinking.
Yeah.
And how heavy these buildings are, and they keep just building more buildings in Manhattan. I'm just like, can we even support this? Wait, like, I don't understand why we're building more things.
I know, it's kind of scary.
It's like heavy buildings on this tiny little thin piece of land on the edge of the state. Like,
no,
right?
Literally, no. Sometimes when I'm at like the Domino Park or at like the
or when I'm flying in,
parks,
or when you're flying in and you're just looking at the whole city and you're like,
I'm like, it's literally like there's like a little piece of grass like separating this giant skyscraper. Also, just one last thing about the hurricane. What really scared me, did you see the guy said, like, if you live in these areas and you decide to not evacuate, take a Sharpie and write your name and your birthday on your arm. I was like, whoa.
That's awful.
There's a lot of people that are like, no, like, God will protect me, da 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 da, and it's like this one guy living on a
canoe
on a boat on the water of where it's a direct hit.
Bro, it's because these people are like true and born Floridians. They think that they can, like, they've lived it all.
Did you hear there's another one coming from?
Yeah, you were telling me earlier. You've been talking about them all day.
No, because it's actually insane. I'm like, is this even real? It's so surreal when we're in New York. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, because it's also, I was telling you that all these wars happening and all the bombs being dropped, it's making a ripple effect. And why do you guys think all these, the Sahara Desert is flooding and things like?
I saw
do you
that
guys
too.
do people not realize, like, even if you don't care about the people in these countries that are dying, that it's affecting everybody at the end of the day? Like, maybe care about that.
No, because it's. People don't realize, like, things.
Everything.
It's
a ripple effect.
Is all connected. Everything is ripple effect. I just saw, because I remember I told you that the top comment. Oh, I did when I told you about the other hurricane hitting the East Coast, and it's like, great. That's the top comment was like, whoever stole that ancient artifact, put it back, because in movies and stuff, and it
ruins everything.
There's things behind, but I didn't remember this until just now. I guess it happened about a year ago when there was like that whole article thingy about some random man, like he in St. Pete, which is where the mandatory evacuation is, and I think it's near Tampa, or is that Tampa?
It's like it's in between. Yeah, okay. It's right by Tampa.
Well, in St. Pete, some man, he disrupted like some like protective land, and it was something that had to do with like a native,
like, Indian burial ground.
Yes, it was something with like a princess, and it was like people. Because I remember when it happened, and people were going crazy on the internet because it's like, why would you mess with that? And it happened a year ago, and then now like that place is, everyone there is. I'm sorry, knock on wood, but like a lot of people are gonna die, and it's very like, obviously it's a direct hit over there. Like, it's bad, and it's just like, it was literally one of those. It was literally one of those posts. Was like, the trend where it's like, I lied, put your clothes back on. We're gonna talk about. She's like, we're gonna talk about the Native American tribe that protects the land Tampa Bay sits on from hurricanes over 100+ years, and how some stupid mother effer in St. Pete disturbed the bodies last year, and now we're facing a Category 5 hurricane because of it this year.
See, I didn't know that.
I honestly, now that I'm reading it full, I'm like, okay, wait, I didn't read that fully, because that's actually crazy. Worse than what I thought.
No, that's crazy. What is wrong with people? Why does no one mind their business? Just mind your business. Just don't touch things. It's because men can never not touch things that don't belong to them. Always putting their hands on things that don't belong to them.
Facts.
Keep your hands to yourself. We all learned that in school. We all learned this at a basic level.
That was like one of the very first things.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah, right. And that's probably like one of the most things that we never listen to.
We lack. As a society, we don't keep our hands to our freaking selves.
And like, you would think that would be the main thing you would remember.
They were trying to drill it in our brains, but we didn't get it. Like, no one's grasping it.
That's actually so crazy to think about. Keep your hands to yourself. That's such like a little kid thing. There's posters of it. There's posters of it.
Because that's like literally the one thing we were taught as children.
But it's just a little side note. It was only one thing I wanted to say about skyscrapers. Because you mentioned it earlier. I just saw a video the other day. And did you know that they build skyscrapers to sway?
Yes.
They build it with like these ropes, and like so that way, that's the only way it keeps it going. So that's why when it's really windy, like they do move.
You move. I saw it because I was looking up these high penthouses, and I was like,
I was looking at that too, and how they shake up there.
I was like,
I
wouldn't be able to live there.
Luxurious, I wouldn't be able to live actually in it. Terrifying.
I couldn't do it
because the whole thing, it creaks and it shakes.
Think about my anxiety when I'm on like high things now. I wouldn't be able to live there. Genuinely, like I think I'd have a panic attack every time I'm just in my home.
That's literally how I went into the hole, because it was a guy talking about, it's like, y'all think it's all nice and all, but I was like, when I was hearing those sounds and the noise that it makes, I'm like, do they get it? Why is it so expensive? Like, they should get a discount because they have to deal with that. Like, huh?
But the thing is, I feel like you don't realize it till you're living in it. Yeah, that was not a thing. Sure, like, you do not know it till you're living in it. You go through a windy day or a bad storm, and you're so high up, and like, you're just...
Well, I think the first time I saw that video, it was like, they didn't know. what the heck was going on.
Because imagine us. We just moved in.
I would be like, oh my God, we have to leave now. This building's about to collapse. We're going to die.
We're in an earthquake, and the building's not going to maintain us, and we're all going to fucking fall.
Yeah. But just like I obviously went into a whole of how it's built, and I was like,
we're not built for luxury.
I was like, I didn't know it was just attached with like these little strings, basically.
Did you see my Snapchat story yesterday I posted? I took a picture of a building. They were building so they had the basic of the building foundation built up, but then the middle part was only completed with like the outside brick, and I was just like, that's just so weird.
I read it, but I didn't look at the picture that long. But I read what you said. Like, you're like, oh, I've never seen them build that outside first.
No, like the middle part first. Like the top and bottom was not done, but the middle was done, and I was just like, that's so interesting. Like, really look, weird. Like, why is the middle done and the bottom and the top is blue? Like, it's all done, but it's not done. Do you know what I mean? Like, why would you start in the middle? That just, like, messed with my brain. And, like...
Do you think they're just remodeling the building?
No. I think they have the foundation built, but they haven't put the outside brick on the top or bottom yet.
Technically, that part, that's the quote-unquote middle, maybe that's technically the top. And that little other part that's on top, that's not, like... It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the same size as everything else. So maybe that's, like, just, like, the rooftop part, and they're just doing that last.
No, bro. No, they're still building. Like, they're still doing all that.
We should research that.
Like, why is the middle done
first? Someone give us an answer.
Like, I don't know. It's just like even you're watching the building being built across the street the other day.
Yeah.
When you were dog sitting, it was just like, it was just so quick. Like,
no, it's you blink and so they suddenly are like, because that's not an easy job.
No, and there's so many guys. They're just out there.
Meanwhile, in Florida, on like fucking
in
Wiles
any other
Road,
state,
it takes forever
to build a road.
Years to
over 20 years. Something. Over 20 years. My whole childhood.
Living there. My whole childhood.
Bumpy roads. Bumpy roads. Still not fixed. Legend says it's still not done.
It's probably not. It probably still has cones there.
Ask Katie.
No, for real.
It's probably still not done.
I know I told you this before. I don't think I mentioned it on the pod. But, like, when I used to live in Tamarack, we had a mare and stuff. And I remember I was, like, I was in kindergarten. No. Third grade. And we had a woman mare. And I was always entered the art, like, club things. Do you remember me?
I feel like I do.
Okay. And I remember at one point, you know, I'm a kid. It's just, like, stupid little posters. But it got, like, an award for it. So I got to go to the city hall in Tamarack and meet the mayor, shake her hand, da-da-da-da-da. Also, to add on to that, we also had, like, a few things in Tamarack where it was, like, signs where it's, like, we're going to build this. Like, this is going to be up and coming. Like,
new development here.
New developed. The only thing that probably was kind of developed was where the neighborhood I lived in. But, like, outside of it, it was, like, a huge, like, just empty lot. Because there was something there, but they tore it down. And then, like, an old plaza across the street from us. That was the only grocery store. And then my school. And we had this children's park that I remember when we moved there.
The way you're describing it, I'm picturing it. And it's... The way I'm picturing it and how you're describing it does not look anything like I know.
It probably does. It probably does. Like, I'm telling you, it was just, there was nothing there. No, like, and this plaza, like, the Publix looked like the Publix before we were born. Like, nothing was, like, new. It looks good now.
Now, you can't even tell. All of it's the same. It's all the same now.
No, yeah. Everything.
None of it's better. None of it's better than the other cities anymore.
Facts.
Each city is basically, it's all Boca.
Yeah.
Bitch, it's all Boca.
Well, not as nice as Boca.
Maybe not the houses, but the stores and, like, the area looks as good. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It doesn't look as run down.
Every time I go and visit, there's, like, a whole new
brand new
freaking
like,
building.
There's new boba next to my old house, and that pisses me off, honestly.
But
let's not talk about
there was,
don't get me started.
This park, and it was going to be a children's park, and I remember we moved in, and it said it's going to be built, and da-da-da-da-da, children's park. I was so excited, because, you know, I'm a kid.
Yeah.
I want to go to a park. The first time I moved out of my grandma's house. I'm waiting for this park, right? Okay, whatever. Flash back forward to me winning this award, winning the mayor, meeting the mayor. A week goes by, Hidaya. The mayor's on the news for fraud and being a criminal.
Florida.
And I was like, me as a child, I was, like, terrified. I was like, oh my gosh, like.
You shook her hand.
I shook her hand. And I was a kid, so I didn't know any better. I was like, jeez. a murderer. She was not. But, like, I don't know. And then that park never got built.
Oh, I'm sure all her plans were canceled quickly.
I still don't think it's built. Hidaya, my dad jokes about it as me and Katie grew up.
Your dad jokes about a lot of things.
But, like, he joked about it through my childhood, how that park never got built. Do you know how messed up that is?
Yeah, like his Disney joke. That's also just...
Oh, yeah, how he would always take us to Disney, or like, surprise, we're going to Monkey Joe's. We're never going there. But it's okay, because he takes his kids now.
You know how I used to like the Blind Side? Like,
yes,
they used to
and I told you how it's kind of like...
It was super racist. It's not
and I remember when I told you, like, stop, don't ruin it for me.
Because I have not watched it since I was a kid. Like, I only liked it when I was a kid.
You rewatched it?
Oh, I haven't, and I'm honestly scared to, because I'm going to notice everything wrong with it.
It's not that, from what I remember, it's not that I don't think there's racist scenes, but
no,
I think the
idea is very much like, oh, we're such great people, we took in
and,
this
like,
poor
the
child.
white mom, like...
Yeah, the thing is, it's not all happy la la la. It wasn't. It wasn't.
Wasn't his mom, like... It was like he came from, like...
he came from a really rough childhood. Like, his mom was, I think, into drugs or something. Then he was homeless, basically, for a lot of his childhood. But, so the truth behind it was, they never adopted him. You know how in the movie, it's like this whole big thing that these two conservative parents, they adopt him into this family.
They never did?
They never adopted him. It was under a conservativeship. It's the same thing Britney Spears was under. So it's like, because he was almost 18. So it was
controlled him.
You controlled him, but... You're not a part of our family. We can make these decisions for you, but you're not a part of our family. You're not our kid.
But I mean, at least in the movie, like, she did love him like family, no? From what I remember.
He didn't get a cent. Their other two kids, their kids got paid from this movie. They made millions off this movie.
Oh, wait, you mean in real life?
I'm talking about the real life person who this is based off of. He's an NFL player. He already had...
Wait, I didn't even know it was based on a real life person.
Yeah, okay. Let me break this down. In case people don't know.
Because once you started saying he didn't get paid, I'm like, wait, what? Like, in the movie...
No.
She helped him, no? Like, that's what I remember as a child.
Yes. Okay, so if you watched The Blind Side, if you didn't, it's basically these two conservative parents they have two kids? They have two kids.
Yeah.
And they see this underprivileged boy, and they take him in, they adopt him, and they, like, kind of, like, help him develop his skill in football. Like, they realize he's really good. And then they help him, like, they foster that, like, skill with him, and they take him all the way to NFL. Do you know what I mean? That's basically what the movie's about. In real life.
And it shows it in
a very sweet, it makes it very heartfelt. And the thing is, when you're a kid, it's like, I cried to that movie so many times, because I was always like, this is so sweet. They love him. He's so sad. Like, he wants this family. Like, it was so, like... heartwarming that like he had family now. There was a kid
that had no family and that had a family.
Like, but he didn't.
But not the blind side, but the dark side.
It's literally called Behind the Blind Side.
Jeez, I warned you about this because I remember I saw something too, and we were like, we have to rewatch it.
We should honestly, just to like, I just want to see the differences, right? But like, whatever. So apparently, Michael, he already was a good football player, and he already had scouts looking for him.
Okay.
They did not cultivate this skill in him.
I already know where this is going.
They did this conservatorship adoption fake thing where they didn't technically adopt him. They just had like control over him. They could make the deal, used it for like a great story. The mom was an author, so she wrote this whole story that paints them in this better light. They made over, like, I think it's $30 million or $300. One of them. Millions of dollars. They made millions of dollars off this movie.
Yeah.
And he did not see a penny. Their kids benefited. He did not benefit. He worked his ass off as an NFL player. Like,
It's about him.
It was about him, bro. It was his story, apparently. And
that's actually sick.
And I was like, he's suing now. Like, that's where this whole thing came up, because, like, a year ago, he started suing. And, like, I was like, I'm surprised I didn't see this sooner.
Long?
Because, like, he finally retired from the NFL. Like, he was focused on his dreams.
He
didn't care. Like, yeah, he was, like, focused on his career. He was happy.
And he was
at peace. Like, he made it to where he did basically on his own,
right?
And he was in his career. Like, he didn't care about them. But he's retired now. He's got time. I'd be going for him too.
I'm going to have to look into that.
No, yeah,
it was actually crazy.
No, because when I've heard that, I was like, that ruins the whole
Even
movie.
besides that, I know that people had issues with the movie growing up, realizing like, oh, this is kind of like, it's giving like pick me white woman.
It's giving white savior.
It's right.
It's white savior complex that like the white woman comes and helps the black child in need.
And like, you know, it's just the movie's doing it too much, and it's like,
yeah,
it's
but like
just,
back then in like 2008, 2010 when it came out, it was like,
we weren't even thinking about races like that, you know? Like
we just saw a child who wanted a family.
Exactly.
And he got it. That's literally what we saw.
That's actually insane. I did not know that.
Because like that was one of my favorite movies. So when I heard that, I was like, it was all a lie. I didn't know you didn't know it was based on a true story.
I didn't know that. Jeez, everything as we get older, everything gets ruined.
Like, we don't have any good child memory that's hold on to.
It's all Nickelodeon.
It's all been taken from us.
There's a million things, but
there's a million things that's just been taken from
childhood
us.
Park, like everything.
You're not getting that park free. Speaking of childhoods being ruined, bro, that clip you sent me of the two girls on their podcast talking about the Menendez Brothers. I'm not even gonna say their names. I'm not gonna do it. It's not whatever.
You should.
It's fine. If people want to look up. I'm not out here to bring people into... It's not like anyone's watching us. Honestly, like that. We're not a big deal.
If you do your research,
if you really
can
care,
find out who
but
it is.
If you know about the Menendez Brothers case, and like if you've watched the show The Monsters, or if you watched their new documentary that just came out that was approved by them,
right?
If you watched either of them and you have opinions on them, I pray to God that they are not that. These boys should have just ran away. And why couldn't they just leave? Why did they have to kill their parents? Maybe because they were being for over 10 years.
Since basically they were...
Up until their parents died. That they had the mental capacity of literally taught like 8-year-olds.
In the courtroom,
yeah, like
they said.
That they had the like they were
didn't know anything else but this life of being abused and assaulted
by their father
to an extreme, and at the same time pretty much by their mother as well, because the mother would violate them and check their private parts, say go listen to your father,
get
she
naked
knew about
in front of them,
go do like
that was weird.
She allowed this. She was mad weird too. Just it's all around. If you're a decent human being, then you could see that they should not be in prison. They needed help and therapy. They're not a threat to society. And it's the fact that in general they weren't even pushing for them to be in prison. They were pushing for
manslaughter. No, that's what they were trying to get. That's what I meant.
So when they got sent to prison, like low-key, the prosecutors were still upset because they didn't get death row. Because remember,
yeah, they wanted them. They didn't want them to ever have a chance to even be like in a prison.
Right.
It's like,
and I've said this to you before. It's obviously and clearly because this Jose man, their father, had power, and he's a man. And when you have power as a man,
that, and it was also the 90s, so people did not take allegations as seriously, and especially when it came towards men, especially in their father, like with that situation, they weren't gonna buy it. And the fact that
they were gonna buy it from a wealthy man that did a lot. He was behind the scenes of all. Like, why do you think they were so rich?
It was the fact that it was a hung jury, and it was only the men that said that they should be like convicted, and all the women said that. Like, that's what really got to me, because I was like, you guys couldn't put yourself in their position as a man. Really... Like, you can only see it that like, oh, we would never, but it's like, how would you feel if that was happening to you as a man? Like,
because
you can't see that.
To me, I'm like, they probably had that sick thought too, and they're just trying to justify it. Like it doesn't happen.
But it's like, I know for a fact if that case was tried today, they would have at least gotten manslaughter, and it would have been like 10 years.
If you watch the newest documentary, the ending quote was, you know, they are waiting for an answer to try to reopen. And
yeah, but it's like,
I really hope.
I really hope. People are so negative still about it. Like, they don't see that.
Because it was so long ago.
Served so much time already. They've served their entire lives in there.
They've also started their own
appeal cases in there, like with
things
people.
And just like their own groups there. They've helped people get
other
out of
survivors
prison.
And other people. They've helped a lot of men in there like come out with their own stories, and they've been a safe place to go. So it's like, if these were such horrible people, Why would people find them
Right.
a safe place to
It's
go
just-
talk about their feelings? That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like what just blows me is like they clearly were never a threat to society, you know?
No, they
And
were.
it's really
They felt threatened by their parents.
they
like.
yeah, they didn't know anything else but
I
that.
think it's also crazy that it's like, I'm sorry, like, I think it's always, obviously, yes, it's extreme to shoot your parents in the head, but it's like, if it's that extreme, there's a reason. You don't your parents for no
Right.
reason. I think anytime
It's
a child is
either there's a
complete
reason
sociopathic child, like the parents
or
were
it's
golden,
that, and it's quite obvious when they are a sociopath.
it's quite obvious. But usually when it's like, there's usually something going on. Like, come
clearly
on.
It was that bad. And it's the fact till this day, like, they still have, like, they still blame themselves. And they don't,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And, like, how
Because what else are they going to do?
Because that's
at
also,
this
all
point?
they know is, like, that's their parents. That's their mommy
They still
and
love their
daddy,
parents
like,
after.
right.
They still were saying, like, they wish they could go back. They still talked very highly of their parents throughout the whole case. No matter
Yeah.
what they did, like, they still
In the same
cared.
sentence of,
But they did this, and they did that to
Right.
you. It just really pissed me off when I saw that podcast of the girls. I was just
no,
like,
yeah, like, those girls.
And then in the
literally-
comparison, they were defending Ruby Rose.
they were,
Gypsy Rose.
yeah.
Oh,
those
so
two
that's
girls-
justified?
those two
Gypsy Rose
girls,
is justified?
like,
She's
also-
out of prison?
a part of me is like, are you stupid, or I feel like a part of me wants to believe that people on these podcasts say these things on purpose because they know that nobody is going to agree with that and it's going to cause traction. Because what? Like, you had to know you're gonna get a swarm of hate.
The thing is,
And this is not the first time that one girl has done something.
No, I think that's genuinely
She
their
has
opinion.
a name like me. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think that's genuinely her opinion. Like, I don't doubt it. 'Cause
that's what I'm saying.
I think
Honestly,
that's her
this is not the
opinion.
first thing that's something that happened that was kind of stupid.
And sadly, I think the difference between her saying that this about the Menendez brothers and that about Gypsy Rose was it was a girl. Do you know that, like, women have that in them sometimes where it's like they'll side with the women and they'll never see the flaws, like the...
But you
that it
see,
could
and
be a
that's
man.
the issue. Then you're not a real feminist.
She's not.
Because a
I
real
don't think she is at all.
It's not all. No, yeah, no.
No, I don't
saying,
think she is a
But I'm
feminist
just
at
saying,
all.
like, people always think like, oh, feminist is like woman, woman, woman. But no, a true feminist is all.
Yeah.
Like, you believe in all equality, and you believe that like you're gonna see these
same
men as
faults as-
victims
yeah.
too, as the same way you would as a woman too. So, and clearly, I just don't understand. Like, is there another side of TikTok where it's like F them? Like, I'm just so confused.
I don't know. There definitely is a side of TikTok that where it's like
We just
the
never
parent.
see.
Yeah, because
I mean,
like we're not on that.
Clearly, they are on some other side because also weren't they the ones that brought the Haktoa girl?
Yeah.
And
They're on Republican side TikTok, Brianna.
yes, well, yeah, she got canceled too.
She's
Did you see that T-shirt?
Yeah.
She was wearing a
she's very much
Confederate flag.
she's very much Republican. She's been said it, so it's like I think her followers know it's the same thing with Tana and Brooke. Do you know what I mean? They have their followers from their own demographic that like have their own views that match up with them perfectly. No matter how many people see
That's
it and
scary.
distance themselves, there's a group of people that think exactly like these girls.
That's really scary.
Like there's a group of people that think like us and they watch us.
Yeah. You know what's funny?
People relate to them. And that's crazy to me how you can relate to those girls because it's like
Yeah.
they would literally kick at you if they saw you in person.
Right. Right.
Because they're those,
exactly.
like, there's those kind of girls.
Right. You see, what I like about our podcast, and maybe that's just like biased, but at the same time, no, because I gather this info from like seeing the people who comment and seeing who we interact with.
Yeah.
Because obviously we have the tools to see that. I feel like ours is not so like more so a specific demographic that just agree with things that we say. I think the way we talk and the way like we banter with each other, and I'm sure you've read comments like this before, that it feels like you're just like at a girl's sleepover and you're just yapping.
Having a conversation.
Like I feel like we literally yap. Like we don't talk. Like we literally yap. So it feels more intimate, and I don't know, where it's like it's kind of just something like for comfort.
Yeah. It's not supposed to be as serious as
Right.
that maybe
I mean,
we are, like, conversations we get into can be serious.
Sometimes we get into
Yeah.
topics, of course,
we'll get
but
into serious
like
conversations, but it is more lighthearted. We are trying to just be comedic,
Just-
relief, I guess.
right,
in a sense. Like, it's
exactly.
just supposed to be like, yeah, you can chill and like not get all worked up watching.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
And
our
just-
opinions
and
should
be
not
notified.
make you like.
And like you're still
getting
like getting in touch. Exactly.
It
It's
shouldn't
not
like affect you. Like I feel like I'll watch some people and it literally like pisses me off, and I'm like, now I'm mad. Now, like that, like when I saw that clip you sent me, I got mad, and I was like I want to have a conversation with these people. Like, I wish I could have an actual conversation with them because, like, I want to understand, and I want to hear. Like, I want them to hear my perspective.
And like, you know, when people have guests on podcasts and stuff, when people have guests, like, they don't take it to an advantage. Like, I want to see guests on podcasts and actually like if we went on her podcast, let's say, like, actually pick at what you're saying and actually debate and actually talk about it.
Debate?
Not like so much a crazy, but actually discuss it, because why do you think that way?
Oh
and
my
like,
God, you're
you know what
so
I mean? Because it's just usually people that just like, yeah, and like they kind of agree with everything they're saying. Like, that's not as interesting, because then it's like people watch that and they're like, this is what I need to think. And then that's why a lot of people have.
Imagine we went and like debated with these girls.
That would be so
fun.
Like, why do
that
you
excites me? That idea excites me.
Exactly. Like, that's interesting to me when it comes to guests. But people take these guests as clout, and they don't really care what they talk about. It's just come on my thing.
It's for views. It's like you have a good following. You'll bring them over. It's more like that. It's a collaboration. It's not like trying to like
not interesting.
No, it's not. That's right. I wish we had people to bring on that we could like debate. I want to argue.
You know, low key, like, we could bring people on. It doesn't have to be influencers. Like, we could start off just bringing people.
That's true.
We have a funny life. We know funny people. Why not? For just like a random episode, it doesn't matter. It's our podcast.
We need extra mics.
We need
another mic.
That was awful.
And we need an extra chair too. Be like, we can't like how we're sitting like
a clear chair right here.
We're not making them sit on a clear chair. That's so ugly. You're gonna make me sit on the clear chair, aren't
I'll
you?
sit on the clear chair. I don't mind. I like those chairs. They're comfortable. They're Italian.
Okay, so I have to sit on them because they're Italian?
I will sit on it. Okay, so let's do our Hear Me Out cake. Okay. I think we should still make a TikTok video of doing Hear Me Out. We'll do different characters, but I just want to do a little
actual cake.
Yeah, we'll just
we
buy
make banana bread.
Oh my God, yeah, let's do that. I was thinking of like those cheap ones you can get. Like,
no,
it's like
let's get a cake we'll actually eat.
Yeah, that's smart. So my first one is...
So say it, Hear Me Out.
Hear Me Out, Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph. The reason I pulled up pictures is like, yeah, I know what they look like, but like, I want you to look at him.
Okay.
He could pick me up, throw me around.
Oh, we have to say things?
No, we don't.
My mother's one. I'm not saying all that. No, you don't
have to say anything. You don't have to say anything. I'm yapping, bro. Okay. I want you to hear me out because I feel like you don't agree with this one.
I see it. I hear you out. Like, I hear you. I hear you for sure. Like, I'm not judging. There's no judgment.
And like sometimes, I'm not usually into like...
You're not into bears usually. Yeah.
But like something about like, I wouldn't mind like a lumberjack once just to try. Like, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Hear me out, Bugs Bunny.
Okay.
It's like his mannerism. It was like the way he talks is like very jokey, goofy.
I see you with Bugs Bunny because he's funny and goofy.
Because I'm saying like the funniness. Yes. Yeah.
Is Bugs Bunny a guy?
Yeah, he was dating Lola.
Oh yeah. Lola was fine.
Duh.
Yeah, I see that. That's definitely like Bugs Bunny matches your vibe. Like you need someone like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You hear me?
Oh, I'm hearing you loud and clear. Hear me out. Squilliam Fancy Son. Okay. Because he's not Squidward.
Yeah.
But he's Fancy Squidward. He probably will treat me like shit.
I was going to say, I don't see you with someone like that.
He'll treat me like shit.
I don't see you with him.
He has money.
You would be there for the money.
He has money.
But he would talk down to you and you wouldn't even last 2 minutes with him.
He definitely would, but... Because, like, there's something off about Squidward that I wouldn't say hear me out for Squidward. But then, like, when Squilliam comes in the picture, it's, like, only a slight difference. Like, honestly, it's just some hair and a robe. And it makes a difference. And I don't know, maybe it's his smize. I will say, I started noticing a pattern when I made some. And
I also noticed a pattern.
I noticed a pattern, and I'm like...
It's weird. It's a weird pattern. I don't like it.
It's actually a weird pattern.
I don't love it.
Okay,
I don't love it, actually. Hear me out.
I'm scared.
Woody the Woodpecker. It's like, get it though. You get it. If you get it, you get it.
You know what?
I'm not even gonna explain it.
You don't need to explain it.
But you know. You hear me.
I hear you, Woody the Woodpecker. Yeah. It's getting worse. Okay, it's gonna be getting worse.
Okay.
Mine gradually gets.
I feel like so does
Okay, this one is technically a female, but
Okay,
technically not a person. Hear me out, Sally Carrera.
Interesting.
Because, and specifically her from the
I
Cars
know
movie.
the Cars movie. I know.
I don't know why. When I was younger, I was obsessed with her.
She's very like I
There
know
was
why.
Something the way she
She's
had
very
a charm and like
she's
the way
like
she
femme
spoke.
fatale, like femme fatale.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
like,
Like it's very like
I don't know, like
undercover
she was just,
spy vibes.
right? Like I liked her. Like,
I
there was
get
something
it.
mysterious about her.
I get it only because I watched that movie so much.
I loved that movie, and I just really, really loved her. And
She was a
also,
good
like
character.
the color,
It's a very
glistened.
pretty car.
She glistened.
That's like my dream color for a car. Like
right?
That's a
it was
very
glittery.
Yes. Here's what's funny, and hear me out, because it's like kind of same vibes, color wise. Stitch.
Oh.
You know.
Okay. I don't know if I can hear you.
Only because I love Stitch.
Okay, but you know, look at his teeth. Isn't teeth a big deal for you? Like, hear me out. Stitch.
Okay.
He's funny. You definitely like the humor. But it's okay. We don't have to agree. It's our own hear me out.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's all called hear you out. It's hear me out, bro. What the fuck?
Hear me out.
That was a judgment-free zone.
Flint Lockwood from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Listen, this is easy to convince. Yeah, he's a little crazy looking. Okay, his hair is a little questionable. Okay, he's smart. He's funny. And
He's so skinny, Brie.
so listen.
Shut up.
This is when I started noticing a pattern because the next one is also like kind of giving the same vibe, and I'm like, wait, okay, we'll just get there when we get there. But I'm like, okay, he's smart. Yeah, a little bit. It's like ugly cute, you know? But like, and also the way he's like, he doesn't socialize that much with like other people. Like he was cooped up in his own thing, and like, and then also the way he loves that girl, I forgot her name. Like he adored her. Like he adored her and was in love with her since forever, and he knows how to appreciate a woman. So
Okay, you already know this one.
yeah, you
hear
told
me
this
out.
one. This one's a good
Kermit
one.
the Frog, bro.
Kermit's fine. Damn, you really do have a pattern. Like yours is all pattern. Mine
I
just
love
progressively.
a funny guy. I love a funny guy.
Right.
I never meet funny guys. They don't exist.
Yeah.
I've just simply never met a funny guy. Like no one ever makes me laugh. They're not real anymore. They're only on TV. I truly do not know a single person like that I've met that's actually been funny. And I'm just like, men aren't funny. I don't think
They think they're funny.
They
And
think
we said
that's
before
funny.
they get threatened when we're funny. So
we're funnier. Women are funny.
Yeah.
It's because all men's jokes are like low-key racist.
Okay, hear me out. Denzel Crocker. And as I was looking at this, I was like, kind of looks like my ex. and I was just like, and you know, he's kind of giving the same vibe as I'm like,
Bro.
do I just like these skinny, nerdy men
You do. Who treat
That
you
are
like shit.
crazy.
That treat you like shit.
that are crazy?
Like Fancy Squidward. They just treat you like shit.
Okay, well, this guy, he treats good. It was just
That's
Fancy
what you
Squidward.
want, Brie. That's
Fancy
what you
Squidward
want.
would be more so like not like Fancy Squidward. Squilliam? Let's call him his name. Squilliam.
Bro,
I think
everyone
that's
calls
also
Fancy Squidward,
That's no, but Fancy Squidward is the sculpted one because when I searched Fancy Squidward, I thought it was that, and this did not show up. And I was like, who is Squidward's twin with hair? Like I had to search that to figure out Squilliam. Fancy
You know what's my
something.
other hear me out that I didn't even think about till now?
What?
Cosmo.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I saw that in a lot of examples on TikTok,
was
so
it?
I was like, yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
So I was like, okay, let me try to think of what I haven't seen yet in a video. Yeah. But Squilliam, I that was the first one I thought of, and I just think he would be a good time. Like, fly me out somewhere.
To the ocean.
Let's have fun. Okay, Squilliam. But Denzel Crocker, yeah, like I'm like, okay, the short black hair, tall, lanky, looks nerdy.
Rotten teeth. Hunchback of Notre Dame,
His
bro.
teeth looks phenomenal.
He gave rotten. Like, in real life, they'd be rotten. It's just because in
That's
TV shows,
true.
they didn't do it like
but
that.
I was like, oh, I'm
Bro,
really
the
getting the same
Hunchback?
vibe. The Hunchback is crazy. And then I have another one, because that's it, right? I have another one. Cereal, Captain Crunch.
Bro, you need to, like,
He
help.
No, listen.
Help. You need help.
Sugar daddy, bro. That's all I gotta say. Like, he is the silver fox.
No, Steve Carell's
He's a white wolf.
Steve Carell's a silver fox.
That is facts. But he has the facial hair.
Captain Crunch is literally your great-great-grandfather. He's been around way before we were even born.
He's a captain. He could take me anywhere. Across the seas to go visit Squilliam. He'll pay for everything.
He probably has a hook for a hand. Does he?
No, he doesn't. He's holding a spoon and he's eating his cereal. But I wanted to say this one last because, well, first, I also thought of the Thing from Addams Family, and I shouted this out earlier, so I didn't add it to the list. But if you know, you know. It's a good one. It's a good one. But I wanted Captain Crunch last because as I took this screenshot, I was looking at it, and I was like, first of all, on the box, and this is from Walgreens, so this is the actual, like, store-bought thing. Yeah. It's not like somebody, like, you know, an edited picture.
Yeah.
The box says, I didn't even realize it said, Crunchitize me, Captain.
Wait, what?
Right?
Where?
Like, just like in the letterings, it says Crunchitize me, Captain.
We really don't be reading shit.
We don't. But there we go. Hear me out.
There we go.
But also, nothing to do with the hear me out. My whole life, I've been saying Captain Crunch.
It's Cap'n Crunch.
It's Cap'n Crunch.
Yeah.
C-A-P.
Yeah. N.
Little apostrophe N.
Yeah, there's no Captain Crunch.
Hidaya, I'm about to start crying.
You're illiterate.
I'm looking at it too. I'm looking at it and it's driving me insane.
You're just
Cap'n Crunch.
It's Cap'n Crunch.
Cap'n Crunch. That's
Cap'n Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
It's Cap'n Crunch.
I don't like that.
Do you hear how I'm saying it?
I don't
Do you hear
like
I'm saying it though?
I hear.
Do you hear the tone and the way I'm saying it?
Cap'n Crunch.
Cap'n
Crunch.
Cap'n Crunch. Cap'n Crunch.
I don't care about
sounds
the tone.
Like Captain.
I get it. I don't care about the tone. I don't care that it sounds similar. It's basically the same thing. I just, in my whole life, I've thought it said Captain, and I'm looking at it and seeing it written like that is blowing my mind. Like, I cannot believe that.
It's because as children, we just filled in the gaps that were missing in there.
I just looked at
said,
him.
Cap'n Crunch.
Captain Crunch. Cap'n Crunch.
Cap'n Crunch.
I don't like it.
I like it better. Captain Crunch. That sounds like a mouthful.
I'm still gonna say it. Emphasize.
Brie, how many times? I've literally never even heard you say it. We don't eat it. Like, it's fine. Like, we never really have it in the house.
I know.
It do be hitting sometimes. Like, I go through phases.
I know. Now that I was looking, I was like, oh.
I could devour boxes.
Yeah, with the berries. I like the berries.
I don't like the ones with the berries.
You don't like it with you just like the.
I like the plain traditional.
Just the crunch.
The crunch.
Crunchitize me, Captain.
Crunchitize me, please.
Crunchitize me, Cap'n.
Cap'n.
No cap. I didn't know it said that. No cap.
You're corny as hell.
So I have some questions. One, would you lie for me in court?
Well, Brie, we can't have this out there then. I don't want to say that, and then they can find this and then use it on us.
No, they can't. They can't.
Yes, it can. It's totally admittable in court.
Hypothetically
speaking. Hypothetically speaking.
No, not even hypothetically. It's April Fool's Day today. We're playing a game right now, and this is not real. Okay. If you know, you know. Okay, guys, what would you lie for me?
Depending on what it is, yes, I would.
What do you mean depending?
Depending. Like,
so if it was murder, and
like if it was really necessary, and like if it was for something like very minor and small. No, I'm not lying for something small. Like,
what
you
has
can
to
like
make
take the slap on the wrist.
To make it serious?
Like murder or something. Like something where you're going away.
I would help you get away with murder.
It's you going. You're the one that I'm on trial for you.
I'm saying. No, I know, but I'm saying turned around. I would do it for you.
That's what I'm saying. I would lie for you about a murder, but if it's something smaller, I wouldn't. Because, like, something small, like, that's, like, stupid. Like, you shouldn't have even done, like, come on, like, that's a slap on the wrist. You'll be fine. But if it's, like, life or death, like, you're going to jail for murder, no, I'm not going to let that happen. I would lie. Okay. Then I would lie. Like, if it was something, like, really serious.
Same. I think I would lie about the little things, too. I'd be like, are you crazy? She didn't do that. Because honestly, knowing me, if it was a little thing, I would take the blame for you.
Brianna, stop. You've been wanting to take the blame for me for years. Like, any little thing, she's like, it's fine, I'll go to jail for you. I'm like, Brianna, like, no one's, like, we're not even talking about that. You're not going to jail. No one's going to jail. Like, you want to go to jail so bad.
I don't, but like
she wants me to have something, and she's like, I'll do it.
No, but
I'll go.
It's not that I want to go to jail, but like in certain situations that we have in the past, and I was like, don't worry, like I will take that blame if you got into trouble, because I know you are one more scared than me, and you have more anxiety than me, so I'd rather just like take it all away from you. And two, yes, I would have had my ass beaten from like my dad and stuff, but I think I would get through it easier than you would get through it with your parents.
I think it depends on what it's for. Like, if I went to jail for, like, something small, I don't know. No, I don't think my parents would be happy with any of it.
I would only do that for you for something small. I wouldn't, like, if you murder someone, I'd be like, I did it! I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that, but...
Well, then what's the point?
There is a point, and you would appreciate it.
I appreciate the point. It's very sweet. See, Brie might not hug me often, but she'd go to jail for me. Bet your friend wouldn't go to jail for you.
I just clenched my butt cheeks. Okay.
I was literally saying something so sentimental, and you ruin everything with your bowels, bro.
No, but this is crazy. I clenched. No, it wasn't even my butt cheeks. I kind of did a Kegel, guys. I know, TMI, but it cracked my lower back. I had to say that out loud because what the actual fuck?
You're such a strange person. If we
slit what?
If we swapped lives for a day, what do you think would be the hardest part for you? Like, living my life.
Oh. I feel like typically you would think I would probably, a normal person would be like, oh, I would have to wear a scarf, but I would.
I don't think she would care about that. I don't think you would care about that for the day. I don't think that would be the hardest part.
Yeah, no. Do I have to go out of the house? Like, yeah. Okay.
She just wants to
even if somebody recognized you, that wouldn't even be an issue for me too. I'd be like,
yeah.
You'd be like, Brie, why'd you do that? If anything, you should be worried. It wouldn't be hard for me. I would go in anyone's body and have a blast. I would respect their body. I wouldn't do anything to like for when they come back, they're in some deep shit. But I don't know. I'd have fun. I feel like you would be more worried than like me.
I feel like I'd be more worried if you were in my body.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be more worried. I'd be like, oh my God, what's she gonna do in there? Yeah.
I would probably I would put on glasses. I would probably wear something that you would be like, choose.
I feel like you would try to style me. And
then
like,
you know what? You're gonna see it all and like see you walking in and you're gonna see yourself and you would be like,
because it's different seeing yourself.
Seeing it and you'd be like, oh, I get your vision now. Actually, I would just go and get married. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do anything that would like ruin their lives in any way. I'll just get married. Like, what the fuck?
Sorry, I'm just kidding. Also,
you know what?
We've been talking about marriage.
It would get me that pecan pie recipe I've been waiting for.
Oh my gosh.
Mind. I don't know what would be the hardest thing. I feel like,
what would
honestly,
you do in my body? Would you go to my ex's?
Why?
Just to see how relax.
No, I don't want to be in that situation. That would make it so awkward for me for the rest of my life. If I felt the reciprocate, oh my God, that would make me so awkward. No, I wouldn't like that at all. I would stay away from him. I'd probably block him for the day. Okay. No text going in or out.
I didn't think before I said that because.
Would you go visit my ex? Like, why?
Okay, well, no, because you know how
I'm in my brain still.
You know, I like if I imagine myself in some situations, I always and curious how people act behind closed doors and not when I'm around.
Okay, so I get what you mean.
That's what I was thinking in my head because you're friends with him too.
I get what you mean. I would probably, maybe I would ask, no.
But then again, if you're alone, if me being alone with him is probably not a good idea.
Exactly.
My body, so yeah.
Yeah.
So that's not what I was thinking though.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I mean?
Why would I go visit him? Because it would just turn into something. And then I would have to deal with it with my brain.
No.
No, I think, like, I'd be more scared or, like, nervous. I don't know what I'd be nervous about. I feel like I'd be nervous about, like, your brain. Like, if I
oh my God,
your brain.
You know what I would, now that I'm thinking about it, I would be nervous about the whole seizure situation. I would go take you to the doctor. I would take your body to the doctor. Thank you for reminding me.
Honestly? Yeah, you go have a seizure at the doctor's office.
No, I would make the appointment.
I wouldn't go.
It's only a day.
I wouldn't go.
You would have to go.
No.
Yes. I would do the things you gotta be doing. But I would just put one foot in, a little bit.
See, I'd be worried about
and knowing you, if it's so, you're not gonna, like, not show up. You're gonna go through with it.
No.
Yes! You're talking like this is never gonna happen. Not the body parts, but these things that we have to do as adults. You're like, no, it's fine. No.
I don't want to do it. We've talked about this.
I'd be more scared of you in my body, and you'd be more scared of me in your body.
Why would you be scared of me in your body? Why would I do anything bad to you?
One, the anxiousness, this frightenedness, this spazziness.
It's not gonna stay in your body.
I know that, but it affects my body. So you're either gonna shit yourself in my body. It fucked up my
I'd be
stomach.
worried about having your IBS, to be honest, or your eating habits. I eat more than you.
Listen. No, but you know why I kind of want, so you could see how my body does get affected by things, because you think it's just like, but sometimes I can't control it. But also, you're going to give my body a migraine, because very easily, it's just like little things, and it's just,
I would have the migraine then.
All you got to do is just.
My brain. I would have the migraine. So you're not going to have a migraine. It's in your brain.
No. It's our souls into each other. So it's the same thoughts, but it's still my body parts. And it's still
it's still your body parts. But like, you can't get a migraine.
Yeah, you can. Like, remember in the movie we just watched? You still can. It's your body.
Yeah. Imagine we could. Like in the movie, like that was a good movie. It was called
It's What's Inside.
It's What's Inside.
Watch
it was on Netflix. It was really interesting. I really liked it.
I watched it again.
Did you?
Because I told Taylor to watch it, and we needed something to do while we work. So
it's good, right?
It's good. Yeah.
I really liked
I also wanted to watch it again because we watched it, and I told Kay, I'm like, watch this and imagine you had a migraine and you were watching this. Like, out of all the movies, like, why was that the most trippiest? The visuals was, I loved it. I loved it. But it was very bad for my eyes and my head.
And the thing is, we watched Platform right before it, so that wasn't great for you either.
Never use social media again, or never watch movies and TV shows again?
Never use social media again.
So you have to, like, quit that job?
That's fine. I love TV and watching movies.
I know you do.
Social media, honestly, makes me more sad. I would be fine.
And you'd be fine, like, starting
I would totally be fine starting over. I have a degree in pastries. I could literally get a job. I don't care.
Watch your movies and
I don't care. I do this because I want to. I don't need to. Like, I could stop doing this and do something else. But, like, realistically, social media drains everyone.
Yeah. I think I would pick that, too. Because at the end of the day, you know what? I'd probably be happier without it anyways.
That, like, I wouldn't be able to watch anymore. Right. And shows. I love watching TV.
Yeah.
Is there a scent? I think we've done this maybe. Is there a scent that reminds you of me?
Good questions. A scent? That spray. Those sprays. Those fabric sprays, room sprays.
Really? Like the oud scents?
The very first one specifically.
Oh, that white bottle.
That white bottle.
Because I think that pink bottle, Victoria's Secret.
The pink one, not the red one?
The pink one is what smells like you to me. Like when I smell that when I'm outside.
I do like spray that like when
exactly. So if I smell that when I'm outside, that's what I say when I think of you. Like there's no other perfume smell that you have.
That's also one that I've had that I've
for the longest.
Like I've got
like when I met you, that's what you were smelling like. Yeah. So it's like all these smells are nice and like I recognize them on you, but like that's a smell that's like that's Brie.
Makes sense. Yeah. Also the Chanel perfume for you.
My favorite, yeah.
I wasn't thinking of perfume. I was thinking of just like a general scent. That's why I thought of that scent. Because if I smell the other new one you got is not the same. I don't think of you when I smell that. The smell reminds me of our first apartment. Like when we moved in together, like that. I just think of you when I smell that.
Yeah, that was a good smell.
If we liked the same guy, this is hypothetical. I don't think this
situation never happened.
I don't think this situation also would never happen to us.
I don't think so because it's never happened before. Like I don't think that's ever happened where
we have
very different types.
Happen.
We have very different types.
But let's just say, if we like the same guy, like we both really liked him, but he picked me, would you be supportive of me and him? Like, would you be fine with it? Or would you be pissed, I guess?
No, I would be fine with it because it's like, I'd rather know, like, that's like, there's nothing I can do. Like, he wanted you.
But it's still like human nature to feel
I'd be sad, of course, like, because I liked him.
Yeah.
But I'd be more happy for you because it's like, you're still my best friend and like,
okay,
you're in love. I don't care.
I mean, I figured you would say that. But this is also just a hypothetical because also realistically, to me, like, what I would say the right answer for you is be mad at me for choosing to stay. Like, to
I was going to say, you know what if we both liked, I would just say neither one of us should have that.
Neither one of us,
Like, realistically, we should both just walk away from him.
Also, like, wouldn't, like, for me, like, if, let's say it happened to you and he picked you, I wouldn't be pissed. I'd be sad because, like, damn. But also, I'd also be like, it's awkward. And also, too, it's like, well, that he wasn't the one for me. Yeah. Because then if he was, then he would have picked me. And it's not as much. But then 3, I wouldn't want someone to be with someone knowing that my best friend wanted him.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly.
Like, that's weird.
That's why I was thinking. I was like, but you gave me the two options. But I was like, realistically, we should both walk away. And, like, one of us date
That's why
them.
I said this will never happen.
Yeah, but, like,
but just the idea of it.
Yeah.
The idea of it.
I wouldn't, like...
Because, you know, for sure, there's some girls out there like, will be like, fuck you.
Yeah, we're just not going to be friends anymore.
Yeah, we're not friends anymore.
Yeah, because, like, most people wouldn't... Because it is awkward, and you wouldn't want to be around the guy that literally just now rejected you and is with your best friend.
But they wouldn't want to be friends anymore for other reasons, I fear. Like, some women are just, like, petty. And just
That's
like
true. That's true.
What I mean?
A lot of women pick men. A lot of women pick men over girls.
Yeah. Last question and last question of the night. If you got... And you have to answer this. Honest. And this will never happen, guys. But you had no choice.
Okay.
If you got a huge sum of money and you had to spend it, you can't choose no as an option, and you had to spend it on a surgery, what would you get done?
On myself? Like, I had to get surgery on myself?
Yeah.
Oh, well, 100% then I would get my brain scanned, and then I'd probably have surgery.
No, I'm talking
like
about
cosmetic. Oh, okay. So I get lip filler maybe, or like...
Lip filler is not... You could do that now. I'm talking about you got a large sum of money, like $1,000. Lip filler is not lip Botox. Lip filler, like, my aunt has done that before.
No, I know it's not crazy expensive, but, like, I would never go spend my money on that. You know what I mean? So it's like, if
just
I got
say the boob job.
The thing is, I don't know if I would want a boob job anymore.
Really?
I feel like it'd be really heavy. I was thinking about that, and I was like, I feel like I forget that. It's a weight on your chest.
They put
like, that's why women complain. That's why women have back issues.
Yeah.
It's weight. And I'm like, I don't think I really processed that. That, like, I'm adding weight to my body that
Maturing
I didn't
is realizing you don't want
you don't need the boob job. It's just like, why would I want to make my body more heavy and, like, more, like, I have to carry more? I already have the worst posture in the world.
Yeah.
I don't need to add things to, like, make me, like, saggy all... I wouldn't do a boob job. Maybe not. I feel like BBLs always turn out. The thing is, surgery scares me.
So listen,
surgery scares me.
But you
truly.
had to. But you had to. You had to get something done. You had no choice to get something done.
And the lip was non-option.
Obviously, I would get my lips done. But like, I could do that. What that can go for like what $300 to $500. Like,
not like a
crazy.
super crazy BBL, but like
I
maybe like a butt
I did
lift,
research.
like...
I would do a skinny BBL.
Oh, yeah,
that's a thing, and it's not the crazy BBL you think.
I know exactly
a skinny
what you're talking
BBL.
Yeah, like something cute.
They look good.
Cute.
They
something
look
cute,
good.
Fancy. If like I had to, I would never, but like
and
I had to.
I don't need it now. Obviously, I don't need my body done. Point blank. Period. But if depending on what age I got asked this money. If I was older and my boobs were sagging, I would get a lift. A lift.
Oh, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
That makes more sense because it's like adding to it. It's like so heavy. I get why the girls complain.
Yeah,
I don't get it, but I get it.
I've known people that got breast reductions.
Oh, I have,
but they've gotten it to a C, and they feel better as a C
because like it's painful. They've had a lot
size to go to.
They've had a lot of bad back problems from that. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy how much that really like damages your back.
But then again, men don't care. They're like,
oh, it's so cute. It's so
like it's not for you.
But babe, like,
it's not for you.
You understand? Her back is shredded,
and it could actually damage you, like long term, and cause issues.
But I feel like, is there any other surgeries? Like, I can't think. Like,
there's nose jobs.
I forgot about that.
There's different parts of your body. Honestly, you can get like your freaking neck done, knee surgery. You could get foot surgery. You could change your body up. You can do your whole face. It's crazy that I
only think of like
could do your
boobs
face
and
done.
butt because I'm like I can't like
There's a tummy tuck.
I've never been a person who's like sits there and like looks at my body and pinpoints the things that I don't like. I'm just like, it is what it is. Like, it's just
I think I would do a little brow lift.
Brow lift, interesting.
I would do a brow lift.
Maybe a nose job. I don't know. Someone told me I had a perfect nose, and ever since then, I'm like, it's fine. But if I had the money, maybe.
Yeah.
Nothing. I don't know. I feel like I would. I'm
not gonna say I'm never gonna get a nose job. When I think a nose job though, like I'm not changing my nose. I'd probably like I wouldn't change this. I wouldn't get a button nose. Like I think I've seen people with like noses like mine get a nose job, and they honestly just like touch like a little. It gets such a slight difference. They still have a big nose.
You don't need surgery. You need Botox.
That's what they do. That's what they do.
They fill in. If you have a bump, they fill in where it is, so it's just straight.
Right.
Because that's usually the issue with people who have big noses. They have a tiny bump, and it gives this illusion. So they just fill it. You don't need a nose job. You just need filler or Botox or whatever.
Right.
And
like,
it just...
That is a possibility that I might do.
Those are good.
I know. You know, I know someone. Like, I don't want to change my nose though, because I don't think I would look good with. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think I would look good with a smaller nose at this point.
And I feel like it's just unique to me.
It wouldn't fit your face.
People like it. You know, it's part of me. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't feel like me, and I would feel kind of more basic. Like, I feel like that's one of like the things that stand out.
And I feel like I genuinely feel like my face would look more empty. Like, I have a big nose, but I feel like it like fits in my face.
I just imagine it's like we end up looking like how Michael Jackson did after all the surgery.
But that was like a lot of surgery. Like, the nose, it wouldn't get like that. It wouldn't get like that.
Of course not, but that's what I think of when people like change their whole nose. It's like you have no nose anymore. All right, computer's dying. I mean, not computer, camera.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like, comment, subscribe down below.
Do what you gotta do.
I hope you guys... What? Oh, like a robot. It was about to come out all over again.
You were saying everything fine.
I was about to literally re-say the whole thing over again. That's what I was about to do.
Okay, scary. Are you even real?
That's what I'm saying. Robot much. Anyways. Yeah, I love you guys. Bye.
Bye.